In 2008, as General Motors and Chrysler were sliding toward the largest industrial bankruptcies in American history, Elon Musk was facing a personal bankruptcy of his own. Tesla, the electric car company he had joined in 2004, he was not a founder. Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning had started the company in 2003, was consuming cash at a devastating rate. The Roadster, Tesla's first production vehicle, was beset by manufacturing problems that were costing 10 times the anticipated budget per car. Musk had invested his entire PayPal fortune into Tesla and SpaceX. Both companies were nearly dead. His marriage was ending. In December 2008, he closed a financing round on Christmas Eve that saved Tesla by hours. The company that would eventually be worth over $1 trillion almost did not survive its first 5 years. The premise behind Tesla was considered absurd by most of the automotive industry in 2003. Electric vehicles had failed commercially before GM's EV1 program in the 1990s had produced a viable product that GM then recalled and crushed. The conventional wisdom was clear: consumers did not want electric cars, the battery technology was not good enough, and the infrastructure did not exist. Eberhard and Tarpenning believed the conventional wisdom was wrong. They believed that lithium-ion battery technology, the same chemistry used in laptop computers, could be scaled to power a car. Their plan was to start with an expensive sports car, generate capital, develop cheaper cars with each iteration, and eventually reach mass-market price points. The strategy was public from the beginning. It took 20 years to fully execute. Tesla's first profitable quarter did not arrive until the third quarter of 2013, a decade after the company was founded. The Model S, Tesla's luxury sedan, had launched in 2012 to enormous critical acclaim. It won Motor Trend's Car of the Year. Consumer Reports gave it the highest score any vehicle had received in its history. But Tesla's significance extended beyond the car itself. The supercharger network, a proprietary fast-charging infrastructure that Tesla was simultaneously building across the country, created a moat that competitors could not easily replicate. Owning an electric car from another brand meant dealing with fragmented, unreliable public charging. Owning a Tesla meant access to a charging network that worked. The infrastructure was not a feature. It was a trap. The Model 3, launched in 2017, was the mass-market vehicle the original strategy had always pointed toward. Priced at $35,000, it became the best-selling premium sedan in the United States within 2 years of launch, outselling BMW, Mercedes, and Audi in their own primary market. Tesla built gigafactories, enormous battery manufacturing plants in Nevada, Texas, Berlin, and Shanghai to drive down battery costs through scale. The factories were not just manufacturing facilities. They were statements of intent. Tesla was going to compete on cost, on volume, and on vertical integration in a way that legacy automakers with their supplier networks and union contracts could not easily match. In 2020, Tesla was the most shorted stock on American markets. Professional investors were so certain the company was overvalued that they had bet billions of dollars on its decline. The stock rose 743% that year. Tesla crossed $1 trillion in market capitalization in October 2021, joining a list that at the time included only Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Alphabet. Legacy automakers Ford, General Motors, Toyota, Volkswagen spent the decade of the 2010s dismissing electric vehicles as a niche product and then spent the 2020s in a desperate race to catch up. The Inflation Reduction Act of 2022 accelerated the transition with billions in subsidies for domestic EV production. The question was no longer whether electric vehicles would dominate. It was whether anyone other than Tesla would be positioned to profit from it. Tesla's story is inseparable from Elon Musk, and that cuts both ways. His relentless ambition drove the company to survive when survival was improbable and to expand when expansion seemed impossible. His willingness to make commitments on timelines, on technology, on production targets that others found reckless created both the urgency and the culture that made Tesla possible. His acquisition of Twitter in 2022 and the distraction and reputational turbulence that followed complicated Tesla's narrative substantially. But the core achievement remained. Tesla single-handedly made the electric vehicle credible. It did so by proving, car by car, quarter by quarter, that performance, design, and technology could make people want an EV before they were ethically required to own one. The energy storage business, Powerwall for homes, Megapack for utilities, has barely been mentioned in this story, and it is already one of the fastest growing clean energy businesses in the world.